Hey YouTube, Mark King here, and here's a another story. This one is I conquered the virus. Secondary school teacher 26 who has diabetes and conditions affecting her lungs and liver tells how she battled back after contracting C-19. So I found this a pretty good article, very informative because a lot of people know that C-19 is out there, but it goes through some of the conditions that she had. So it's an interesting read. I don't know who to give credit to, Mail Online Reporter, but Daily Mail is actually a pretty decent publication. I find like again they write really well. Their writers actually write really well, so they're really professional. I like it, and like so I have this argument when I was teaching about how to write articles. Sorry, write paragraphs. I find like just because the way people are currently, they have short attention spans. I find they should have when you write paragraphs, they should really try to change it instead of like having 5 sentences for a paragraph. Maybe do it like usually in journalism, you should do like about three sentences per paragraph. That's probably a little better. I feel for the way the culture is headed. It's just the idea I had in my head, but I've never pushed it when I've taught, simply because they would reject it. Because even though I want to push that in the school system, when you have to take like tests, the testers are going to grade them because they expect 5 sentences per paragraph. So that's why I can't really push it in the school system. Plus, they don't listen. Anyway, so at the beginning of March, Sarah began to feel unwell and chalked her fatigue down to stresses of teaching. Stress is a major issue, guys. When I was finishing my master's, I remember I was sick, and I kid you not, I was sick for 4 straight months. It's unbelievable what stress does to you, but stress can really affect the body. I mean, I was like sick as a dog for 4 straight months, maybe 5 straight months. It's been a while, but it's stress is very difficult to deal with, guys. So, she's kind of pretty. Okay, Zero Hole battled the blah blah blah. Despite okay, we heard about that. Let's see. So here's some of the symptoms, right? So she called the NHS, which is like their version of not quite police, but I think it's the National Health Service. So anyway, she suspected she had the virus. So Sarah had begun to feel lightheaded, as though she was about to faint all the time. She tried to remain calm, take lots of fluid, and keep her mind off C-19. 2 days later, she thought she was on the way to recovery. Her breathing became easier and her fever had subsided. But by the afternoon, she was sweating. She flopped on the couch and began vomiting, losing consciousness, coughing, and struggling to breathe. Struggling to breath. That should be BREATHE. Anyway, so I've heard this like people who feel like they have the virus, they feel like they're drowning sometimes, and imagine if you ever been underwater too long, you know that feeling. So imagine that for a few hours. So her fever waxed and waned over the course of the afternoon, and by the end of the day, she had thrown up 4 times. My goodness. Sarah had felt unsure if she should go to the hospital or not wanting to waste resources or be an infection risk to someone else. Despite feeling desperately unwell, she continued to work from home, sending in work for the kids and planning lessons, even though this task has taken her 10 hours to complete one lesson. She waits until the evening of the next day at 7 p.m. At 7 p.m., she calls NHS 111 again and is told she must wait 9 hours for an ambulance to arrive and conduct a face-to-face assessment. Holy crap, 9 hours. At 2 a.m., Sarah's still waiting. She gets a third call back. Sarah gets the feeling that the phone operator is trying to convince her to cancel the ambulance. That's terrible. Sarah's boyfriend has to take over the phone call as she can no longer speak through her breathlessness. They tell them it will be a long wait and double check if she really wants an ambulance. She does. How terrible is that? But again, they should like okay. So at an early age, they should really like this is what I believe. They should really try to push kids into being doctors, being nurses at an early age. You can give them elementary courses on these things. See if they actually want to be it. Again, I've taught in the school system, right? And the boys, a lot of the boys okay, so the boys who struggle the most, they tend to want to be in sports and entertainment. The boys who are very brilliant, they tend to want to do things that are more reasonable, right? Anyway, so anyway, she gets a call back. Is still hours away, but can't offer a taxi via the NHLS because that would mean compromising health affairs, which is that's a tough thing. You have to wait for the ambulance. Because yeah, it's very serious. If it can affect somebody, that's tough, man. Waiting 9+ hours to get an ambulance. The next day, Sarah tests positive, so severely dehydrated. She's administered fluids and then sent back home. A week after her symptoms they finally begin to lessen. Though she's still too breathless to blow out her candles on her birthday cake. Despite having a lung condition as well as diabetes, she conquered the virus. Well, this is a very tough thing. I really don't know what to make of the virus. It's like you hear contradictions, but I believe it's more severe simply because all these nations are closing and causing themselves and destroying the economy over something that may be overblown, but makes me think it's probably not overblown. It's something pretty serious that people should really take care of themselves, do what's right for 14 days, and then we'll deal with China afterwards. That's what I believe people should do, but it's freedom, and hopefully people are on the same page, but they're not. You've seen videos, all of these nutcases. Anyway, I found that a real interesting article. Hope somebody found it beneficial in terms of what occurs during if you do get the C virus, C-19. Anyway, take care, guys. Stay tuned. I'll have more stories up hopefully today, if not tomorrow. Bye. Take care. Bye.